Hello, thank you for joining me for Rag Rugs by Erin. I'm Erin Halvorsen. We're going to be talking today about putting a border on a heart rug, and this technique can be used to put it on any rug. But I'm going to show you a couple different borders. This one is done with a double crochet, leaving some spaces in between, and you can see how lovely that is. And then this one is a single crochet, and we'll show you how to finish that. I'm going to show you here on this rug, and this is the rug that we're actually going to be working on. So we're going to transform this rug, which is a plain rug, which I absolutely love, to be honest with you, just the plain lines, so it is not necessary to put a border on, but I'm going to show you the transformation of seeing how much it can make putting any kind of border on a rug can really make it pop and change the look of it. So let's go get started, and I will show you the tools first really quickly, and then start moving along. So of course we're going to use a crochet hook. This is a 10 millimeter, which is probably an N. I use an N or an O most of the times, occasionally a Q. You use what's comfortable for you. There's a good pair of scissors, really, really important to always use a good pair of scissors. And then you also need a crochet, a tapestry needle or a yarn needle. Okay, so that big wide hook and the dull end. That's what you're going to need to finish it. Alright, so I'm going to put this back on so we don't lose it, and I'll go ahead and show you how to get started. In both of these instances, I went ahead and used, Mr. Cameron, you can come around on the side, I went ahead and used 2 strands of material. So I did 2 strands of sheet yarn. And I went ahead and rolled a little bit together, and I alternated colors because I did not have enough of the colors that were in this to just do one solid thing around. So I'm changing it up, and this is a good way. You can use different colors that bring it out, and also you could do this single with 1 strand of sheet yarn. I just thought it looked particularly nice with 2. So we're going to show you with the 2. It would be simpler with the single, but let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to start like any other time. We're going to do a slip knot. Let me show you. Go over with the long end. Pull the long end through. Leave it long enough, because I'm going to try to incorporate that in. Tighten it up just a little bit. And actually what I did last time, and I really like this technique, so we'll see. I'm going to start right here. That's where I started on the last one. I put my hook through and put my material on the other side. Okay? Like that. The slip, and pulled it through. Then I took my material, but I took all of it. So you really have 4 strands. You have the 2 that are coming off the ball, and the 2 that are the tails that we're going to incorporate in so we can get rid of them. So it's a little bulky and a little awkward, but we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to be working on a double crochet, but this first stitch isn't quite a full double crochet because of the way we're starting. So you put it through like this. You're going to cross over with your sheet yarn, now using all 4 strands, and you're going to pull it off. Now you're going to pull it off again. Okay. Now what you're going to do is we're going to pretend like that's a double crochet to start off with. We will go to a double crochet, but you're just going to do like a single crochet and then a chain stitch. Now we're actually going to do chain stitches to bring us over to the next hole that we're going to use. You could go in here, you could go in here, and just do chain stitches across here. So there's all sorts of variations that you could use. I'm going to skip on this one and go to these larger holes is what I'm going to use for this particular one. Okay, so you're going to make 2 to 3 chain stitches depending on the width of your stitches already. So we're going to see how many we're going to use. 1, cross over and pull it through. 2, cross over, and see it's very bulky to start off with, but it gets much easier. Okay, we're going to pretend this is your stitch to there, and you tried to get it far enough over to meet that hole. Okay, now we're actually going to do our first double crochet. So you're going to cross over and go into your hole. Grab your material Oh, that's what I see. This is going to end up being cut off. But so you're going to cross over, go into your hole, grab your 2 strands of material. So now you really have 3. 1, 2, 3. This is the double crochet. I also show you in another video how to do a double crochet, and you can refer to that. Then you cross over and pull 2 of the strands off. Now you still have 2 left. 1, 2. Cross over and pull them both off. That's your first double crochet. Now you're going to do 2 or 3 chain stitches. Sometimes if it's tighter you might only do 1, but I think 2 in most instances is going to work. 1, 2. We did 3 on the first one. Yes, I think that'll work. So we did 2 chain stitches, then we're going to cross over, because we're doing a double crochet, go into our hole, grab our material. Okay, so there's 3, 1, 2, 3, cross over and pull the first 2 off. Cross over again and pull the next 2 off. Then we're going to do 2 chain stitches. Now you're going to have to maybe occasionally, I'm going to go quickly because I want to get to the corners where I do other things. You're going to have to adapt and add more chain stitches or less chain stitches according to how you like the look, or if it's pulling one way or the other. And that you're going to have to, with some experience, decide what you're going to use. So here we're going to do 1, 2. And see, I don't feel like that's far enough. So I'm going to do a third one this time, a 3rd chain stitch. So here's that hole. I'm going to grab the material, go into the hole, grab the material, cross over and pull 2 off, cross over and pull 2 off. Now this is me using a double crochet. On the one rug, all I did was do a single crochet. I'm going to show you that in just a minute. So we're going to do some chain stitches and see how many we want. I think 2 is enough on this time. Alright, so I'm going to go do a double crochet into this hole. This is what I wanted to show you, how as you're coming around certain corners or areas on an irregular shaped rug, you might have to do something different. So that was a double crochet in that hole. Now I'm looking at this. I want it to come around. I'm going to do another double crochet in that same hole. Cross over into the hole, grab the material, pull 2 of them off, and 2 more off. Okay, now I'm going to do a couple chain stitches and see where I'm going to go next. See, this can be altered as you move along. Okay, now see how this line is different than this one. So I'm going to grab in more places as I go down this one. This is how you can change it up and make each one look different. Still continuing with double crochets and chain stitches depending on the look that you're going for. This may be something that you start one way, pull a few stitches out, and decide you want to skip some or add extra chain stitches. And you're going to have to just go with the look that you want. They know 2 have to be the same. Okay. Let me do another couple of these stitches, and then we're going to talk about a couple things, and I'm going to show you how to end it. Doing chain stitches. Okay, let's see what we look like. So now, camera, if you can back out a little bit, and see, this is the border on this rug so far. All right, you'd have to come back and trim these, and when you come back around, you're going to come down in here, and you're going to grab into here, which I'm going to show you on another one, and how to hide your tail when you finish it. Let's talk about something else. I'm going to show you down here on the point. When you get down here to the point of a heart, or if you have another heart, another rug that you're finding some sort of point, a square or a rectangle or something like that, when you find the point, you would put 3 single crochets or 3 double crochets, whatever it is the border that you're doing, you're going to want to put 3 into this hole. Okay? Now, Mr. Cameraman, I'm going to go ahead and grab the rug as it's finished and show you. See how I did 3? Well, in this one, I actually did 2, and then very close together did 2 more because I thought that's what it needed. And then I didn't put as many chain stitches, and in this one I didn't use any chain stitches. See, and I've actually probably pulled that out a couple times and decided on what to do. So you have to be willing to change it up a little bit, but I wanted you to see. Now here, there's 3 single crochets in this same hole, giving you that point. So I did use 3 single crochets. This is what a single crochet could look like. Also using 2 strands. This is a much simpler way to do it, and someone that's maybe doing it for the first time and hasn't crocheted very much, you may just want to do it that way. And then try some other things to see how that would look. But I'm going to quickly show you again how beautiful this rug looks with this double crochet. This is where it needs to be trimmed, and this is where I started it and where I ended it. Now I'm going to show you on this other rug how to finish this one. I started a little lower on the single crochet, but I'm going to show you how to finish this. Let me find my hook. Here we go.
12.
So what you would do on finishing this, I came down here, and this is where I started. I actually started in that hole on this one, so I'm going to do a single crochet. I'm going to go into this hole, grab my material, cross over, and pull them both off. Okay. And then I'm going to pull this out. This is my last stitch. Feed that through here. Tighten it up. And then I'm going to take my tapestry needle or my yarn needle. This is where you need that good pair of scissors. I'm going to make this all one length because that's getting too much to work with. I'm going to thread these through the yarn needle. See that nice big hole. Make sure you use a metal one and not a plastic one, because I don't do very well with plastic ones personally. Okay, now what I did, how I finished this off, is I just went in, see how it almost looks like a little serpentine stitch across here, the single crochet. All it is single crochet, is I just went like this. Because all these strings, I can feel the resistance. There we go. And then I just went to the next one. Kept on pulling it back around. And just fed it up as far as I thought I could go. You know, maybe 6 to 11 stitches up. You kind of knotted it already there, but this will hide it and blend it all together. Okay, so there we go. There's our tail that was left on the other one when I double crocheted and finished it the same way and then trimmed it. Now remember, this is a rag rug. It is not perfect. Some of you have really realistic views and realize that it hides the world of sins, and it isn't perfect. Mine aren't either. And some of you worry incredibly that it isn't perfect. Please do not worry. Enjoy it. That's what it's meant for. It's meant for you to enjoy it, to give it as a gift or use it in your home. So thank you for joining me, and see me next time on my next episode. Subscribe.